Today's topic is a moment of inertia. We have been studying a rotational motion which is parallel to a translational motion. We have seen all the physical quantities in the translational compared to rotational. But what is the role of mass m in translational to rotational? In the rotational, what we call and what is the analogy of the mass to rotational? How to say what is the role of mass in the rotational? How to study? See, this is a rigid body where it is comprised of many number of particles. Let us analyze a single particle and what is its kinetic energy while it is rotating about an axis. Of course, we replace with z axis, no issue. So let us choose single particle having mass m, or you can choose ith particle, let us have no issue, while it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is called as linear velocity. So kinetic energy of the chosen particle generally we write it as half mv square, where is the velocity. What is its angular velocity? Angular velocity is omega, right? If you choose ith particle, generally you know that v is equal to r omega. What is r actually? R is the perpendicular distance from the axis. If you choose ith particle, the velocity of that ith particle is r vi, and ri is the distance. Omega can be omega fixed. Omega is fixed for all the particles. You should not write omega 1, omega 2 like that. Now the kinetic energy can be written as half for the ith particle mi vi square. So kinetic energy is equal to half mi. Vi means we will write it as ri omega whole square. Kinetic energy is equal to half mi ri square omega square, right? Now if you want to calculate for the total system, such many number of particles are considered. What you do, we will take that the kinetic energy total is equals to summation over the kinetic energy of the single particle. For I is equal to 1 to, you can choose nth particle. Such many n number of particles are considered. So don't write omega n. Omega is fixed for all. Now half omega square is taken as outside, summation mi ri square, right? Now what is this parameter mr square, mi ri square? How to write this? Mi ri square. Here sigma mi ri square, which is written as I, which is called as inertia, which is also called as moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. So we will write it as I, right? For the single particle moment of inertia, simply you write it as mi ri square. For all the system, you can add the moment of inertia for all the particles. That's what we have taken summation here. Now we write it as I is equals to summation I is equal to 1 to n mi ri square. Now kinetic energy, how to write kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is equals to of, in place of this one we will write it as I omega square. Kinetic energy is equals to of I omega square. What are the units of I units? So I means mr square means kg into meter square is the unit of the moment of inertia. So if you compare with this is, you write it as rotational kinetic energy. This is rotational. Now how to compare this one? Linear kinetic energy of mv square. See, simply you can consider of is of I with m, omega with v. So the rotational analogy of mass clearly observed as m with I. So I plays the role of mass. So equivalent analogy, rotational analogy, rotational analogy is m with mass. Now we see the simple example how to find out a moment of inertia of the a simple ring having mass m and radius r. So this is simple ring. This is called as a simple axis. This is axis of rotation, axis of rotation. Let us say having mass m and radius r. Let moves an anti-clockwise motion about the axis. This is about the axis with angular velocity omega. Right? How to write it? What is the kinetic energy to be written? Generally kinetic energy is equal to of m v square. So we will write capital M. Kinetic energy is equal to of m v is equal to r omega whole square. So kinetic energy is equal to of m r square omega square. So kinetic energy is equals to of I omega square. What I actually, how to write I? Comparely this I and this I is equal to m r square. So the moment of inertia is independent of the omega. Whether whatever the value, whether it is moving with the speed about an axis or less speed, that's not the important. It is independent. This only depends on mass and radius of the particular object that we consider, right? But this depends on the axis of the rotation. So how to say this? Moment of inertia so value, let's say, depends on First mass, second one its radius, let us say circular ring, disc, hollow sphere, solid sphere. For them we can consider cylinder also, we can consider radius. Like rectangular slab we can consider length and breadth. A rod if we consider only length, and depends on axis of rotation, orientation. We'll see axis of rotation. We shall see some more geometries and how to calculate the moment of inertia, and geometric shape to shape the moment of inertia value changes, and the axis of rotation that we consider, that also important, that based on that also the value can be changed, that moment of inertia value can be changed. Here let us consider a small particle having mass m by 2. You can consider m also, no issue. At the edge of the rod of length L, so from the center this is L by 2, and from this one this is L by 2, and this is light length. We can neglect the mass of the rod, which is called as thin rod, a thin rod of length L. So massless rod, which is, if you consider mass, then the moment of inertia value changes. Now what is happening? From the axis to the particle we consider the distance is L by 2. Now we are considering axis exactly at its center. From the center we are considering, if you change the axis, that is different, where we apply a parallel axis theorem, but this is beyond the syllabus now. What happens now? Individually I1, let us say I1 is equal to m by 2 into r square. What is r actually? In place of this one, L by 2 is there, I2 is there, m by 2 L by 2 whole square. So here what is happening? ml square by 8, 4 into 8, ml square by 8. Total moment of inertia is equals to I1 plus I2, which is equals to ml square by 8 plus ml square by 8, which is the system. This is called system moment of inertia, ml square by 4. This is ml square by 4. This is a moment of inertia. If we consider the rod length L and mass m, then again you have to add that particularly. So that will become again the ml square by 4, that is mass of the rod, all these things. But here we are not considering the thin rod, considering the mass of the thin rod, so that is not included. Otherwise, if the mass is there, we can include it. We shall see the various types of geometries and how to consider the moment of inertia. Now we see that different geometries, how to write the expression of moment of inertia. This is axis, and we consider circular ring. A circular ring of mass m, radius is r, axis is at its center, and this is a rotation about clockwise or anti-clockwise, it is doesn't matter. How to write the moment of inertia is equal to simply mr square. Now let's see second one. Same circular ring, but actually we are changing axis of rotation, not so diameter axis. Suppose if this ring is there, now about this the ring is rotated, not its center, diameter axis. This axis is called as diameter axis. Now what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is equal to mr square by 2. This is the second one. A simple a rod which is called a slender rod, a thin rod of mass m, total length is L. Now the axis of rotation is at its center. We consider this is being rotated like that. Now what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia I is equal to m L square by 12. If you choose this is axis, now the value changes. If you choose axis over here, the value changes. So we shall see some more geometries and we'll find moment of inertia. We consider circular disc, just like imagine a CD. A mass m is there and radius is r and axis is at its center, right? Now what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is m r square. This is 4. Now this is again the circular disc having mass m and radius r. Axis is which is diameter axis. Diameter axis along this is being rotated like this around that. Now what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is mr square by 4. Now this is called as hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder, then having length L and radius R. This is axis having mass M is there, radius can be R. Axis is actually axis. What is that axis? Along its center. Now what is the moment of inertia? I is equals to, simply it is equivalent to mr square. Now we will see solid cylinder, hollow sphere, solid sphere. This is a solid cylinder. Inside the matter is there. Now empty place cannot be taken. The difference is there. Having mass m and radius r is there. Axis is same center. Then what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is I is equals to mr square by 2. Mr square is here. Now we will see mr square by 2. Next, hollow sphere. How to consider hollow sphere? This is spherical one, 3-dimensional view. We cannot write. Having mass m and radius r. If we choose axis like that, it can be rotated. Then the moment of inertia is equals to 2 by 3 m r square. Next, solid sphere. Solid sphere. What is meant by it? Solid means inside the matter is present. Okay. Now inside the matter is there. So like cork ball, cricket ball. Hollow means like you can imagine like a volleyball. This is cork ball, cricket ball. So inside matter is there having like this is axis of rotation. Mass m is there, radius r. The moment of inertia is equals to 2 by 5 m r square. These are helpful in solving the problems where angular velocity is given and moment of inertia can be given, and we need to find out L, angular momentum, and helpful in writing conservation of angular momentum. When conservation of angular momentum is considered, like angular momentum is constant, we will write I1 omega 1 is equals to I2 omega 2. So this is radius of gyration, which is indicated as K, which is a general term to write the moment of inertia. Where we change the length, mass can be the same. In the last session, in this session, the last topic with the 9 simple geometries where we had seen, and if you consider a simple slender rod of length L, mass m is considered, then moment of inertia I is equals to, we have seen that m L square by 12. Now I am writing a general term, I is equal to mk square. How to write k here? K square is equals to L square by 12. Then k is equals to L by root 12. Right? If you see other like cylinder or solid cylinder, I is equals to mr square by 2, solid cylinder. Then what is this? K square is equals to r square by 2. Here the k value changes, r by root 2. Right? Now of course the k value changes where the axis of rotation changes. It is to be considered that the axis is along its center or diameter axis or the parallel axis, so that the value of moment of inertia changes. Consequently, the radius of gyration also changes. How to define this moment, radius of gyration? Actually, it is a distance indicating it as k from the axis of rotation, from the axis of a mass point. We consider of a mass point where whose mass is equal to the total, whose mass equal to the body, whose mass is equal to the body, and whose moment of inertia is equal to the body about the axis we consider. Right? General units are distances. Radius of gyration units meters. So like it is a distance or length, right? Meters. Suppose solid cylinder is there. Solid sphere. Let us choose solid sphere. I is equals to 2 by 5 mr square. What is k here? What is k? Root 2 by 5 into r. Root 2 by 5 into r. This is a radius of gyration. So moment of inertia also depends on its value, called as a radius of gyration. It is a distance. We consider a mass point where where mass point is equal to the mass of the body, and a moment of inertia where it is equivalent to the total moment of inertia. Now consider simple variables which are analogous to linear to rotational: displacement x. Over here we will write it as angular displacement theta. Right here simple velocity v, we will write it as angular velocity represented by omega. Acceleration a, we can write it as, which is dv by dt. Here angular acceleration alpha, so we will write it as dx by dt. Over here we will write it as d theta by dt. Here d omega by dt. Right. Next, mass. Just now we have discussed mass m, moment of inertia I. Right. Now force F, which is ma, which is called moment of force here, called as torque. Tau is equal to m means I, a means alpha. Work W is equals to F into ds. Right. Here work is equal to F means tau, ds means d theta. Right. And power P is equals to F into V. Here power is equals to F means tau, V means omega. Tau omega. And linear momentum P. Here angular momentum L is equal to I omega. Here L is, we will write it as m into V, m with I, V with omega.